Welcome back everyone. So in today's video I will be showing you how to work with repos in Databricks, and in particular I will be showing you how to connect Databricks with GitHub, and we will also be going through how to push changes from Databricks over to your GitHub repository, and I will just show you how that one looks like. Okay, so let's get to it. Alright, so right here I'm logged into my Databricks environment, and what I'm going to do is I will quickly show you what you need to do in order to connect your Databricks with your repo provider. And again, I mentioned that we'll be using GitHub for this. So in Databricks here, what you want to do is go over to your settings. So if you click into your profile here and then go to settings, and then under user here, go to linked accounts, you will see here that we do have a section where you can link into your data like Git integration providers, right? So I already have integration with GitHub established for this, so I'm not going to go through that in this video, but I previously made a video on how to connect your Databricks environment with GitHub. I think I also did one for Bitbucket and a number of others. But basically all you have to do is go to here and then click add Git credential, and then you can go ahead and fill it up, right? So with this, I do have GitHub selected. If you're using any of these other ones, then you can go ahead and select into that. Okay, and there are two options here. You can either link to the Git account directly, or you can use personal access token. For me, I'm using personal access token for this. And with this, actually all you have to do is an additional step that you need to do for this is in your GitHub account, you need to generate a personal access token, and then just, once you click that, fill the rest of this information here and then put the token here. So again, I made a video for that, so I'll put the link again for that in the description in case you're interested in knowing the steps on how to do that. Okay, so once you do that, then you're basically ready to work with your repo and then push your changes over to the repo in GitHub. Okay, so before we come here and add our changes, let's go over to GitHub, and you can use an existing repo. The steps will pretty much be the same, but I'm just going to create a new repo here, and we are going to call this repo, maybe let's call this repo demo pipeline, right? Demo pipeline, or something like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to create this repo here. So this repo will be created in our Databricks now, in our GitHub, and then we are basically going to clone this in Databricks and then add our changes, and then we will push off our changes over here. Okay, so let me go back to Databricks now, and now in Databricks, if you want to clone your repo so that you can work with it and make changes and push changes and stuff like that, what you want to do is go over here to workspace. So under workspace, you will see we have repos, right? So you'll see repos here in workspace, and then you can go ahead and now connect to your remote repository in GitHub. So there are a few ways that you can do this. If you want to organize your workspace or repos properly, you can go ahead and create a folder on top of that, or you can just go ahead and clone your repo. So in order to do that, you can either click here where it says create Git folder, and that will bring you into a new section here where you can enter the URL here. So for example, if we copy that URL here, right, basically you just go over to your GitHub and then copy that repo, and then just come back here and then paste that URL right here, right? So once you paste it, it's automatically going to be detected, and this is a GitHub provider, and now the name of the folder will be the name of the repo, right? So that's going to be the one, and then you can go ahead and hit create here. Or you can just go here also from here. Alternatively, you can do it from here, and you will see the same thing. Just paste the URL there, and the name of the repository will be the name of the folder. Okay, so we'll just go ahead with this, and we'll go ahead and create this. Okay, so you can go ahead and create that, and now that repo is going to be cloned. So you can see your repo now will be cloned, and if you go back to your account here, you can see that you have your repo name here now, and it has been successfully cloned. Okay, so we have this repo cloned into Databricks now, and basically from here you can start working with it. Okay, so let's go ahead now and make some changes into our repo, and then push the changes over to our remote repository in GitHub. So how do you do that? So to do that, if you want to work directly off of your main branch, you can just then go directly into open in editor. You can open in editor here, and then in your editor here you can start now building stuff, right? So you can start creating creating stuff here, or you can create a new, if you create a new folder here, you can bring in a query, a notebook, a file, all of this, or open existing notebooks and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the editor there. The other way of doing that is if you go ahead into this section here and click here, then you can see also your branch there. Okay, so before we go further, you can also notice here that you do have this create option here. If you click that, it gives you additional options here, right? So you can see these additional options, like you can create a folder bundle, you can create a notebook, you can create a file query, you can also even create a pipeline here. So if you want to create a pipeline straight from that's connected to your repo, then you can click into here, and that is going to take you into your like this section here where you can start creating a pipeline, right? Pretty neat. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. Okay, let's just assume that this is a pipeline that we've created. So I'm just going to say this one is sample pipeline, and yeah, can rename it, and that is going to be included in your repo as well, because you are out of your repo now. But most importantly, because sometimes what you want to do is you don't want to work off of your main branch, you want to work you want to create a feature branch before you commit your changes. So what you can do then is inside, let's go back to where we were originally, right? We were inside here, our demo pipeline. So you can see that one was added here. But basically, if you want to create a feature branch, what you want to do is click into this branch here, and that will bring you into this section here. Of course, we already have a file here, but I think this is going to be moved to our feature branch. So what you want to do here is you want to create a feature branch. So you can just hit here where it says create branch. If you click that, then you can create now a feature branch, and you can put the name of your feature branch, right? Okay, so once you do that, go ahead and create it, and your branch will be created, and you will be automatically switched into that branch. Okay, so then from there you can now build your, you can add stuff to it, knowing that you are not working out of the master branch, right? And when you do that, because we had not committed this automatically gets detected, and now it's going to be included here. Okay, so that's how you can do it. And then we'll just go ahead and close this, and once you close that, you will see that you are now checked again into your feature branch. So at this point, we know that for sure we are in our feature branch, and we can create stuff knowing that we are not going to be messing anything that is in our main or master branch. Okay, pretty good. Now let me do one thing. Like I did mention, right, you can start building stuff here. You can bring notebooks, right? You can create a notebook here, okay, and you can just put the notebook whichever way you like, and this is going to be in our, you can see this is going to be in our default pipeline editor here. Okay, so I'm just going to say demo notebook, right? Demo notebook. You can add stuff there, and we can just, I'm going to say this one is a Python, so let's just print hello world on this. Okay, so that is going to be saved in our notebook, and then the readme file here, you can also change this if you like. Okay, and one other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move a file into this section here. So there's a if you watch one of the previous videos that we made, there's a file here that I created for this CDC demo. So there's a video I made on CDC, change data capture in Databricks, and I created a whole pipeline on that, on how to demonstrate how CDC works, SCD type 1, SCD 2. So this is the pipeline that we built for that. If you're interested, I'll put the link again in the description so you can go take a look. But let's say we have that, because I didn't push that into the repo. So let's say you have existing files that you want to fashion them. Then what you can do is, if I click into this, you'll see that we have the pipeline for that here, right? So you'll see we have all of this. So what you can do then is you can move stuff around. Of course, you have to organize them, right? You have to organize them properly. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into this guy here. Like I'll just click the right here, and then I'm going to say move this. Or maybe we don't move. Can we copy this? Copy path. Yeah, no, there's no option for copying. And cloning basically is going to make a clone. So we'll go ahead and move this. So we are going to move this into our workspace under repos, and we'll move it into this pipeline here. Okay, so just move it inside here, and that one is going to be created there. Okay, so click move here, and then you'll see this pop up saying the access will mimic or the access that you have in your destination. So we'll go ahead and say that's okay. Okay, so that has been moved now, and if we come back here now into our repo and expand it, then we need to refresh it. Okay, so once you do refresh that, you can see now that we have that new file moved here, and you can see that everything that was in that folder has been copied here. Okay, and then you can also see what code we have there. So this is a code for prawns that we created, and then this is for SED type 1 and SED type 2, and this is our, these are our pipeline files that we used in that video. Okay, so we'll just assume that we created this from scratch, and we are ready now to push this over to our repository, right? So how do we do that now? How do we go ahead and commit these changes and push it into our repo so that other folks in our team can go ahead and see what we have done, and also probably expand and build on top of that? So to do that, all you have to do is go here again under the kit here. If you click that, it will bring you to where we were before, and you can see now we have more files now added to our feature branch. And you can see like anything that has add on it, that means that we are adding that. If it has a negative or a minus on it, that means that we are deleting it. But all of this, we are adding this, and again, this is going to be in our feature branch. So you can review your changes here and just make sure that everything is looking good. And from the way I see things, things are looking good, and we are ready to basically go ahead and commit these changes to our feature branch remotely, that is in GitHub. So to do that, just go here under the messages here and just put the message here. So I'm going to say added new pipeline files. Okay, or you can just say add. Okay, add new pipeline files, and then you can add description if you like, and then go ahead and commit and push. So once you hit commit and push, all of these changes will be committed, and they will be pushed into your feature branch in GitHub. All right, so that one has successfully gone through. You may run into issues here if your connection to GitHub was not well established. Then you may run into some additional issues here. So just make sure that you have your connection working between Databricks and your Git provider, and when you do this, you will not have any issues. Okay, so I'm going to close this now, and then we'll go over to our GitHub account here, and you can see that now within our repo we do have a new commit that was made into that demo feature branch, and now we can go ahead and create a pull request for this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and compare, and this one is going to be going from our feature branch into main branch, and this one, it looks like it's good, no issues with this. We'll go ahead and put the title, you can put the description, and then create a pull request. Okay, so once you create the pull request, if you're working as part of a team, you can go ahead and assign the reviewers here. Okay, so just type the name of the person you want to review, and when all is good, they will review it, they will approve it, and when everything else is good and you have been approved, then you will probably see a pattern here that looks like this: merge pull request. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the merge here. You can do the squash merge, repaste, and merge. So I'm just going to merge this commit. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and merge. So this is now going to merge our changes from our feature branch into our main branch, and if you go to our main branch now, we do have those files now available. This was not there before when we created our repo. So now we do have our changes that were merged as part of this pull request. Okay, and then now you can go into some of these files and start inspecting things just to make sure that things are looking good, and it does look like everything is okay, right? Very nice. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it. That's how you push your changes from Databricks over to GitHub, and also that's how you go about integrating your GitHub with Databricks. All right, guys. So that is pretty straightforward. Again, a quick recap. You make sure that you have your integration with GitHub available. If you're using Bitbucket, also do the same thing. Again, I did videos on this, so I'm going to link the playlist for that in case you are interested. And once you do that, you go over here to Workspace, go to your repos, and then in your repos, you can go ahead and create a repo, or if you want, of course, you know, if you under repos here, probably you won't see this, and if you don't see this, the message here is probably going to be different, like we saw before. Go ahead and click into the Git repo and copy the link from your repository. So once you have your repo, let's say if we wanted to bring a new repo here, copy that and then bring it over to Databricks and just paste it where it's asking you, and then that's how you get cloned, and then you can go ahead and create your new feature branch and then start your development, right? And when you are ready to push everything, you can go ahead and do that, right? Just go ahead and commit it. So like for example, this is now in our feature branch. You can switch over to main branch. Of course, like if this is your first time, you know, always make sure that you are either working off of your main branch or your master branch or your dev branch, whichever. Just make sure you're pulling the changes. Okay, so you pull the changes first before you do your development, so that you are sure that you are not going to cause any conflicts. And once you do that, go ahead and create the feature branch and add your changes. And when your changes are good to go, you can go ahead and now commit your changes here in your feature branch, and then go over to GitHub here, create a pull request, merge your code, and you are ready to roll. All right. So that's how you do it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to the channel in case you want to see more videos like this. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.